Hi there, my name's Jason Perkins. I'm a Georgia workers' compensation attorney. I specialize in helping people who've been injured at work with their Georgia workers' compensation claims. Today I want to talk to you about what I think is one of the most unfair parts of Georgia workers' compensation law, and that's OCGA 34.9.104 and the accompanying Form WC-104 that you may have received. Now, why is this unfair and what is a Form WC-104? Basically, what this law says is that when you are released to go back to work on light duty, that the insurance company may be able to file a form and cut your benefits substantially, even if your injury still keeps you from going back to work. Now, when most people receive this form, they've been out of work and receiving temporary total disability benefits for some time. These temporary total disability benefits are being paid to them because they're unable to work as a result of their injury. Their doctor may have them completely out of work, or their doctor may have said they could go back to work with restrictions, but maybe their job was so physical beforehand that they're not able to go back and do it, and their employer doesn't have any other light duty that they could do. Unfortunately, what the Form WC-104 does is it allows the insurance company to file it when your doctor has released you with the restrictions, and then a year later reduce your benefits even if you're not able to go back to work. Now, how does this work? You'll probably get a Form WC-104 in the mail from the insurance company. That form is going to indicate a date that the doctor released you to return to work with restrictions. It's also going to tell you that 1 year from that date, that the insurance company is going to cut you to what's called temporary partial disability benefits. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you were probably receiving temporary total disability benefits when you were out of work as a result of your injury. Temporary partial disability is what the insurance company generally pays you when you're working or able to work, but you're earning less money because of your injury. For example, if you went back to light duty work, but you weren't making as much as you did before you got hurt, then you receive temporary partial disability. So why the Form WC-104 hurts most people is because Georgia workers' compensation law has maximum amounts for temporary total disability and temporary partial disability benefits. And the temporary partial disability maximum benefit amount is a lot lower than the temporary total disability benefit maximum amount. Now, the maximum amounts in each one of those situations depends on the date that your injury occurred. It changes with time. So you'll need to find out what that maximum amount is. But if you were receiving a temporary total disability benefit that's higher than the maximum temporary partial disability benefit amount, then that Form WC-104 is going to cut you down to the maximum temporary partial disability benefit amount. For a lot of people who, if they're receiving the maximum temporary total disability benefit amount, this means that their income is going to be cut by 33%. Now, their income was already cut to 2/3 of what they made before their injury, or for some people who received the maximum temporary total disability benefit amount, it was cut even more than that amount to begin with, and now it's going to be cut an additional 33%. For a lot of people, this means they're now cut down to 50% or less of what they were making before they got hurt. It can be hard enough to live off of 66 2/3% of what you made before you were injured. Living off of 50% or less of what you made before you were injured is very difficult. And that's why I think that this is one of the most unfair parts of Georgia workers' compensation law, because the insurance company gets to cut you even if you're not able to return to work after your injury. Now, there are some things that can be done to avoid this cut. One thing is, if the insurance company doesn't file the form right or doesn't follow it to a T, then you may be able to prove that the form's invalid and that they can't reduce your benefits. Also, if you have a very severe injury, you may qualify for what's called a catastrophic designation. Now, I've discussed that in other videos. If you are eligible for a catastrophic designation, then the Form WC-104 will not affect you because they can only file that or reduce you if your case is not catastrophic. I hope you found this information helpful. If you have, please let me know by giving this video a thumbs up on YouTube. If you've got any questions about this issue or any other issue under Georgia workers' compensation law, I'd be happy to talk to you and try to get you some answers. The best way to do that is usually by setting up a free consultation with me. You can do that by reaching out to me through our website and completing the form there. That website is perkinslawtalk.com, or you can just give me a call, 770-214-8885. Thanks for watching today, and best of luck to you as you recover from your injury.